the definition of success? Why do we even care about that? Actually, it is fundamental. But the thing is that most of the people don't even realize it. You go through life and you play this Monopoly game, basically on a daily basis. But at no point in life, you actually step back a little bit versus what you're doing, what's going on a daily basis, how you interact with things, how the structure look like. And that's a pity that you're not doing this, because if you were to do this, you would start to understand how the system is fundamentally working. And I think I do need to bring to you this piece of information on the definition of success. I could actually get you to think about it. How do you think success is measured inside society? Simple question, right? But if no one gives you this question, and school will not usually give you this question, school just asks you to participate in the system, and that's it, for some specific reason, of course. But if your teacher at school had asked you, well, guys, how do we measure the success within society? What would you answer? What would you answer, and what would that trigger inside your brain? So, the way we measure success in society is success. Is cash. Simple. How much money, how much wealth you are, define your success in society. And also, it seems extremely trivial. This helps you to understand almost everything that is going on right now. So this is a scale of success, right? How much cash you have, how much wealth you have, how much physical things you have, right? House, cars, buildings, boats, private jets, no matter what, right? And what is the unit of this scale of success? It's money. It's the coins, it's the banknotes, it's money, right? The more money you have, the higher you are in the scale of success. Because we see someone as successful if he has a lot of money. A Ferrari, a very expensive car, a big house. The bigger, the more successful. It is as simple as this, but if you realize this, what do you realize? So let me ask you something. So we know what the definition of success is, what the scale of success is, what the unit of success is, cash. But so what the scale of success, what the unit of success is not. This is always very interesting to understand what something is not. So the unit of the scale of success is not your health, is not your happiness, is not how many headaches a year you have. Let's say that we change the unit of the scale of success, and the unit of the scale of success is now the happy day. So how many happy days a year can you have? And the more happy days per year you have, the more successful you are. Well, that would change everything, don't you think? So people, instead of focusing on piling up cash, they would focus on piling up days of happiness per year. Well, the idea may seem ridiculous to you, but ask yourself, why the unit of the scale of success? Why is there a scale of success in the first place? But why the unit of the scale of success is money, when at the end of the day, people, and especially some group of people, focus on getting money, a lot of money, a shitload of money, more money than they even could use during their whole life, at the expense of other people. Because the more money you want to get, you can actually use trick strategy to reach money. As I explain you in the section of understanding perception, well, if I want to reach money, I can play on your perception. I can create problems and come up with my solution. And this is what they do all the time. So this basically, you can use a lot of trick to grow your wealth at the expense of other people, right? So it's fundamental to understand that the unit of the scale of success, definition of success, is money, is wealth, right? But the people who put in place this system have an interest to keep this system in place. Because right now, they have insanely large wealth that they transform into power and influence, right? And so there's a lot of implication to understand that, because if you were to start recreating or modifying the society, well, you start by, let's imagine you start by just your street. You live in a street, you start with your street, and we change the unit of the scale of success. From now on, the unit of the scale of success in my street will be happiness, will be the well-being of people. And for instance, we're gonna ask the people, how do they feel? Do you feel happy? Do you feel well? And you rate yourself out of 10 every day, right? And that is the new unit of the scale of success. Simple. And you define, I don't know, a currency for the unit of the scale of success, which is the well-being. So if you contribute to the well-being of someone, you receive some points related to well-being, right? How crazy is my idea, I would think? It's not crazy at all. Because the key point right now, if you actually understand what's going on and the trajectory, is that the people who control the system are actually taking you through a new scale of success, the social credit system. So in the social credit system, forget about cash as the unit of the scale of success. So it will be there again for a bit of time, but moving forward, it will be your points based on, well, not anymore searching for cash, but based on your obedience. How good you are at obeying any order that we give you. And from the experience we had over the past 2 years, you can see that this is already the trajectory, right? A lot of orders from governments, from global organizations, asking you to do specific stuff and telling you that you are a good citizen if you actually obey our orders. It's just the beginning of social credit, where you cross the street, you help the grandma, you do what the government asks you to do, you pay your task, you don't ask questions, then you get points. So you need to step back a little bit to understand that, because it's not straightforward. You may listen to me, but the realization or the acknowledgement or the understanding of what I'm saying may come only in a few weeks and a few months' time. So feel free to re-listen to it again. We are moving from the scale of success being cash to the scale of success being points. Points based on your obedience to the globalists, to the elite, to those who have the power. And then they give you points. They will even give you free points on a monthly basis that you can spend on food and stuff like that. But never forget that as I give the points to you, if I'm the elite, if I'm the globalist, if I am the people in power, as I give the points to you, I define how I give the points to you. And this is the key point. You're not defining how the points are given to you. You're not defining how you receive points. So again, your well-being, your happiness, forget about it. It's not about that. It's not about it at all. It's about the points. And I define the scale for those points. If it's obedience, it's obedience. This has nothing to do with your well-being. This has nothing to do with your health. This has nothing to do with your happiness. So, thriving, regaining control, will be a lot about the unit of the scale of success. What unit do you want? And what we, people, right, as part of men and women, as part of the earth, how do we want to define success? And this is fundamental. You need to think out of the box. Actually, nothing prevents you, if you really think about it, nothing prevents you from setting up happiness, well-being as the unit of the scale of success, creating a new scale, agreeing on this scale with the people around you, in your street, in your district, in your village, no matter what, and putting this in place. And you don't need something perfect from the beginning. Just get started and you will adapt the system. What will not work will be extremely visible and you need to find a solution to that. What's working will also be visible and you need to do more of it, right? The key point is you people have agreed on the unit of the scale of success. It actually contributes to your interest, especially if the unit of the scale of success is your well-being. How good is that for everyone? Our well-being, so we are happy, we are healthy, health of the mind, health of the body on a daily basis, and that's the scale of success, right? But the key point also is, do you actually need a scale of success? So you may need it at the beginning, but moving forward at some point when it becomes just natural to focus on the well-being of the people, you may not actually need it anymore, right? But how do you do transaction in that case? How do you exchange good? How do you exchange value? How do you create and charge for value? It's for you to see, right? But some of the people don't actually need money anymore. So ask yourself, what's the use of it? So, hope this video was useful to you. Feel free to contribute. There's a lot to brainstorm on that. But if you pay attention to things around you, there's already people working on alternative systems, alternative scales, so that we've got a definition of success that actually is in line with us, men and women, thriving, and not in line with elites taking over the power and enslaving you. Thank you.